Hello and welcome to Collects Genesis. For this video, I will show you the third part of the Genesis and solo chronology, which is albums 25 to 36. But first, I want to make an amendment to the running order from the last installment. I've now noted the United States release date for Private Parts and Pieces 2 and corrected the date for Peter Gabriel 3. So with that in mind, let's see the albums. Duke Now is the 23rd album in the chronology. Private Parts and Pieces is the 24th album. Peter Gabriel 3 is the 25th album. And Defector, which you saw in the previous video, is the 26th album. So let's go back to Duke by Genesis. This album was released on the 28th of March, 1980. This one is the 2007 remaster with the SACD and DVD. Lots of nice extras there. That is followed by Anthony Phillips, Private Parts and Pieces 2, Back to the Pavilion. This was released on the 28th of April 1980. This particular one is the Blueprint remaster, which was released in 1995 or 1996. Nice images there of Anthony Phillips. And there's the Peter Cross artwork there. Some of the music on this CD dates back to Ants during Genesis 1969. Electric Reaper on here originally dates back to 1969. Let's put that in carefully again. And then we move on to Peter Gabriel 3, known as Melt in some markets. This was released on the 30th of May, 1980. This particular edition is the 2002 reissue. Of course, this is the first appearance of the famous gated drum sound, which had such an effect on music from this point. You'll find that on Intruder. The next album you saw before in the previous installment is Steve Hackett's Defector. Defector was released on the 21st of June 1980. can show you just inside a little, if it will let me. This is the 2005 remaster with extra material. And then we come to Phil Collins, Face Value. Face Value was released on the 9th of February 1981. This one, I think, is a 1991 issue of the CD. And of course contains the gated drum sound as well in the track In the Air Tonight. This is the original CD issue. The next CD is Anthony Phillips, 1984. And despite its title, this was released on the 12th of June 1981. This particular release, I believe, is the 1991. I think the original issue on CD still has this actually receipt inside there. Only 4 tracks on this. Now this is something quite different. This album is predominantly electronic. No lyrics, only just a few simple lyrics of the title itself. Fantastic record. Quite hypnotic. Worth a listen. This is also the 1991 edition of that CD. And then we have Steve Hackett's Cured. Cured was released on the 14th of August 1981. This one is the 2005 reissue. With extra material, no, apologies, 2007 reissue. I can see it quite clearly there. With extra material. Then next in the chronology is Genesis Abacab. The Abacab was released on the 18th of September 1981. This is the 2007 SACD and DVD remaster. Once again, with extra material on the DVD. A fresh new sound at the time for the band, new direction. And next, the prolific Anthony Phillips released Antiques, Private Parts and Pieces 3. Anthony Phillips and Enrique Berro Garcia, an Argentinian collaborator on this. This was recorded shortly before the Falklands War. Later editions included a message which related to the conflict at the time. Back to Peter Cross artwork. On the sleeve. This album was released on the 4th of March 1982. This is the 1995-1996 reissue. Once again on the Blueprint label. And then we move on to Genesis 3 Sides Live. 3 Sides Live was released on the 4th of June 1982. The definitive edition remasters were released in 1994. Very minimalist artwork on this release. And a fantastic live album from the band. Contains one of my all-time favourite sections of music, It, Watcher of the Skies. Gives me shivers down the spine. Next, we find Peter Gabriel 4. I believe this is called Security in some markets. This album was released on the 10th of September 1982. This particular edition is the 2002 remaster. And continues Peter's groundbreaking music. Not just following the standard pop path, doing his own thing, his own style, world music. And then we move on to something quite different. Mike Rutherford's first solo album, Acting Very Strange. This was released on the 7th of September 1982. Not impossible to source now, but still uncommon. This particular CD edition, I believe, was released in 1991. And this is on the Atlantic label, this particular one. Yeah, a very good first attempt from Mike Rutherford. No attempt to look glamorous, just Mike acting very strange. Next, we move on to Phil Collins' second album, Hello, I Must Be Going. This was released on the 1st of November 1982. Let's have a look inside. Once again, Phil's showing you his face up close. No attempt to hide who he is. This CD edition, I believe, was released in 1989. I would think that Face Value was released at the same time as this CD, but I don't have any exact dates for when the CDs were first released. 1989, 1991 is my guess. So yes, that's the 1st of November 1982 for Hello, I Must Be Going. Then lastly, in this series is Steve Hackett, Highly Strung. This was released on the 22nd of April 1983. This is the 2007 remaster. With extra material. Cell 151 was Steve's first minor chart hit. So yes, Highly Strung was released on the 22nd of April 1983. So, to recap slightly, Duke was released on the 28th of March 1980, and the last in this series, Highly Strung, was released on the 22nd of April 1983. So you can see the band and the members, even if solo at the time, were prolific in their output. I hope you enjoyed this chronology, the third part of this chronology. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.